Well, now I'm starting to think that everybody is clueless. Nobody understands what direction they want to go to, who they might be in the future, or who they even are right now. Everybody's clueless. Nobody has anything figured out, even if they act like it. Even if they have all the money in the world, even if they have all the fake social media happiness in the world, the peace that you want to show. Because people are just showboaters. Everybody just wants to show off. Oh, I did this. Oh, I succeeded in this. Oh, I got this achievement, achieved this goal. Oh, I just bought this car. All these random things, man. People just want to brag. People just want to seek for their attention. They seek attention. They seek approval. They seek the validation of others. But most of the time, you don't even know what the hell you are. Because there's so much uncertainty in the world that nobody's certain. Nobody's certain where our country's gonna be, where our world's gonna be. Nobody's certain how politically wrong we are right now, or how wrong we will be. If we'll even have a future generation that'll understand anything that we have brought the whole earth into. We've evolved. We have evolved from cavemen, cave woman, from nothing. We didn't know anything. We were barely conscious. We were living just as other animals. But I'm starting to think that we're devolving. We're regressing as people, as a generation. We're going back to just primal instinct. We're going back to just living life on autopilot. We're going back to just eating food and not having respect for others, not having manners, not being kind, not being humble, not working hard. Everybody has everything to their disposal. And you only work as much as it can get you by to live. Some people just work a 9 to 5 and then just live that cycle for the rest of their life, because that's all they believe they can do. That's all they need to eat, to have shelter, and to have a little enjoyment in their lives. But I don't find that life fulfilling. I don't find a repeated cycle of life again and again and again until I'm 60, and then I retire, and then I pass away. And most of the time, the people who don't think about this stuff are the people who are living this life, because they're so, well, they tell themselves that they're so busy, but they're not actually busy. They're busy because they don't let themselves think. They let themselves be distracted in those 3 hours of free time that they have after their jobs. And then people wonder, why do I feel so empty? Or why am I just repeating the same life again and again? And it's like I can't do anything about it. And it's like I'm just stuck here in the same country, in the same job, in the same mindset. And you just feel trapped. But most of the time, people don't even realize it. They don't realize they're a part of the system. They don't realize that they're part of a rat race that they will never win. They don't realize it. Because when somebody else has $1 trillion, and somebody else has money that they can buy more than anything in the world, isn't that something you should question? Isn't that something you should try and find an answer to? How is somebody able to do that? How is somebody able to replace me in a snap of a second because I'm not an essential worker. I'm just another person. Isn't that something of our concern? That's a person in our generation. That's a person in our society. That's a person in our world that gets to control everything. Because they're the founders of some ideas. Because they're the founders of a business, of a system. Why is that person rewarded more than somebody who works 100 hours a week, laboring themselves in the sun? Because that's what society has brought them to, a business. That's what people look up to. They're like, oh, this guy is doing all this. He must be a good person. He must be this. He must be that. He must be successful. He must have worked hard. Yes, he worked hard, but not as hard as people who labor that hard. It's because when somebody can be an influence over other people, somebody, has done something, sounds smart, looks like he's rich, looks like he's kind and good, but these people are not. Inside, they're not. Most of the time, they're just doing it for the money. They're doing it to satisfy their greed. They're doing it to just gain more money. At the same time, you see SpaceX. I'm not trying to criticize Elon Musk, because honestly, he's done some great things. But some of the ventures, some of the experiments and companies and businesses are merely just propaganda. Do you really think that going to Mars, spending trillions of dollars going to Mars, is a problem of our century? Is a problem of the next 3 centuries? Yes, he's starting early, but this is not a problem for the next 3 centuries. We're looking literally at the sky and expecting that we're gonna go there. Not the sky. We're looking at the moon and we're expecting to go there when it's not even a problem for our century. Who knows? It might not even be a problem for the next 500 years. But he's making us pay for it. He's making us pay for the SpaceX IPO. He's making us pay for it. Don't you know that we have an Earth right now that we can preserve, instead of trying to scrap all our materials that we have here to venture off to another planet to find possible inhabitants, to spend that much time rebuilding a whole planet instead of preserving the one that we literally already inhabit, that we already live in. I don't know, I'm just ranting at this point, but you guys understand there's so much uncertainty in the world that nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody thinks that anything that they do is right. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, to be honest. I'm sitting on top of a mountain, speaking to myself in front of a camera. If I wasn't speaking to you guys, I'd probably be yelling at myself, yelling at my flaws, my insecurities, my problems, or writing it down. I'd probably be doing both at the same time, I can't even lie. But that's what you gotta do to grow. To see what the hell you're doing wrong. To understand why you're doing what you're doing. To learn from it. And hopefully to never repeat the same mistake. But sometimes you repeat mistakes because you're stubborn and you're arrogant and you're young. I just hope I don't do what I'm not supposed to do again. But hoping can only do so much. I need to just believe that I won't. I need to just put steps in to know that I won't. It's difficult, man. Everything's difficult. If you really want something, go for it. Just know that you have to work hard. Harder than the rest. Harder than everybody else. Even when people call you crazy. People call you insane. People call you a psycho. You just gotta keep working. Because nobody's gonna believe in you. Your family might not believe in you. Friends. Nobody's gonna believe in you, to be honest. You gotta believe in yourself. Just remember that You cannot live for a quick buck. You cannot live and work as hard as you want for a good 5 days and then think you're going to be a millionaire. No. It takes years. 5 years, 10 years. It takes continual improvement. It takes time. You will not get to the top of the mountain without stepping and crawling and pushing through the rocks and the crevices. Hell, even avalanches sometimes. Remember that your journey is going to be so difficult, so gruesome, so painful. You're going to have so many regrets along the way. But when you get on top of that mountain, you remember all the problems and realize that they were just there to help you grow. They were just there to make the people who are supposed to quit. And when you get up there, you'll understand that you were never meant to quit, that you were built for this, and that you were destined for greatness from the start. And it might take a longer time than you expect, but I promise you it will happen only when you least expect it. That's all I have today, so guys. So Tang here. Peace out.